will literally show you the Korea that you've been wanting to see.
It is time to experience the nooks and crannies of Korea as if with your own 2 feet on
K-Patch
with Jennifer Jin.
It's a Thursday. We got Jen Jin in her funky yellow jacket today, brightening up the studio. How are we doing, Jen?
Good morning.
It's greeny
morning.
yellow. Sorry, I was looking on the screen there and it kind of looked yellow. Then I look at you in real life and it kind of looks like
and
greeny
it's
neon
color.
It's amazing. Where are we going, Jen?
So this time, I'm going to show you another very popular, famous tourist spot. If you're in Korea, I would highly recommend, which is Korean Folk Village. And as you can tell from the title, it's really about Korean folk culture all in this one village spot where you can experience the food, the culture, what people used to wear, the houses. By the way, it's not fake houses, it's the real houses. They all gathered here. More than 200 houses you can find here.
I didn't know there were that many.
Extraordinary.
This is the big one down in Yongin, right? I think it's been there for a long time because I remember going to it when I was a little kid. I've still got some photos of when I was about 7 or 8 years old.
It was opened in 1974.
Oh, wow. So yeah.
No wonder most people at least went there once if you're living in Seoul or surrounding area.
Yeah, because Yongin, for those who don't know, is not too far. It's just past like Pundang and that area. Just keep going. Maybe without traffic, 40 minutes from here or maybe even less if you're driving rather fast. In your first video, Jen, what are we going to be shown?
So it was a bit challenging for me to kind of divide into 2 parts because there were just so many things I wanted to share. I had to sort things out. So in the first part, the video will be focusing on more of showing Korean traditional houses. 초가집, the house where ordinary people used to live, and other types of houses, and so many experiences I got to have there.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. So this is the entrance part.
Is this the actual sound of it?
Yes.
Or did you put that?
Right.
Oh, wow.
I didn't put the background music this time because you get to hear traditional music here and there easily. And there you can see a lot of those tools that Koreans used to use.
You can just try them out.
Yeah, it's all free. You can just casually try it out. And there you just heard the cow.
That's a real cow if you're not watching the video.
Yeah, her name is 소망이, by the way, 1-year-old.
We saw like a very simple house and this looks like a slightly nicer one.
So this is the 양반집. 양반 means nobles, aristocrats.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, and you can see those figures
the mannequins
showing traditional costumes, and you can actually wear one of those.
Your hanboks if you want. Oh, at the folk village itself.
And this is 완향루, a pavilion. And there they had this beautiful musical performance. I love this song.
Oh, wow.
Just gather around, enjoy the music.
Like the kugak, the traditional music. And that's, I guess, included in your admission.
All included.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is a government office, Kwana, and there you're seeing the torturing tools.
Wow.
But you can try it. And this I really love the most, a 풍물놀이, Korean traditional performance.
With the music and the dancing and the head spinning and the ribbons.
Right. There are gongs.
There's so much to do and see.
And this is Honangdang,
Uh-huh.
a huge tree where you can see those decorating
like giant,
fabrics,
almost curtains hanging
play the
off.
role, as a guardian of the village.
Oh, wow. And then some stones being stacked on top of each other, which is said to be quite lucky too.
That's quite something that we get to see commonly if you go to temples.
Yeah, on the way, just randomly by the path, people just stack up stones. And in Jeju with the volcanic rocks, I've seen it just by the side of the road and things like that. It's just a bit of fun, to be honest. And that last image with the rope with the little white fabrics on it, I've seen that in some folk places and stuff.
And
but
in temples.
I've never known what it is.
Oh, that's also a way to express your wishes.
Uh-huh.
And you can pray
write something on there? Not so often,
People
right?
didn't actually write it down on the fabric, but there are ways to. Sometimes you can hang those papers and people write things down, but there they only had the fabrics with no written messages.
Okie dokie. And you can see that's just the first video. There's so many
Just
different
so many
areas.
things, guys. Yeah.
It's like a big place. I didn't realize it was 200 houses big. That is pretty amazing to have that many
right?
buildings.
This has been exactly. There are 270 houses displayed, all real houses.
Wow.
Again, this was opened in 1974. So for the past several decades, they've been collecting, moving all those real houses.
From other locations.
Other regions to here.
Wow, that's
amazing, isn't it?
A lot of hard work. Because, I didn't think it was a village that people actually ever lived in. But I also didn't realize that all those houses were real and just relocated there, right?
I mean, if you think about it, Korea has went through that very rapid modernization. And I'm so glad that they got to see what's coming. I mean, all those cultural houses were vanishing in a so fast pace. And luckily, we're seeing it here, right?
We saved them. Well done indeed. We're back for part 2. K-Patch with Jen in the studio taking us to the Korean folk village. So we'd love your photos, maybe even videos sent in via Kakao Talk of folk villages or anything that you're inspired to think about through Jen's videos. I guess it could be things to ward off evil spirits, like the fabrics hung from the trees, a traditional performance like our Pungmulnori, which I believe is like the music of the fields and the dancing of the fields and all the loudness. Via Kakao Talk, the username is DailyK. Via Instagram, I guess you can get in touch there via a DM, arirang.dailyk, or one word. Lots of messages coming in, Jen. You've got a couple to read as well from our listeners.
Yes, from Leon Teo. Well, Peter and Jen want to live in a hanok as your house if given an opportunity to do so. Well, that's a fun question.
What's your answer?
You know, I would love to have the the appearance of hanok. I'd
Okay.
love the all that. As long as it has the modern facilities in there. That's the important part. With the air conditioner,
What did you call
fridge.
the house for the commoners? The chogatjib, is it called?
Chogatjib.
Chogatjib.
Yes.
You wouldn't want to live in like one of those then with the soil walls,
Again, if there are the facilities,
like
I'd
a modern
love it.
bathroom and
In fact,
electricity.
it's been kind of like a trend. Living in hanok-style houses. There are hanokchon in upper part of Seoul,
Yes.
which is quite expensive, you
Yeah,
know.
they are modern as well, aren't they,
Yeah.
inside? Like outside, like you said, the exterior is nice. And I'm totally with Jen. I don't want to live in one that is stuck in the Joseon dynasty. Like even the noble's house looks nice, but it doesn't look comfortable for today's standards. So I'm totally on board. There are some places, I think it's down in Ansong or Ansan, it could be. I went to one with Arirang TV and it's the old style hanoks, and inside they're very old and traditional, and it was kind of cool, but at the same time I don't want to live there, right? As a modern
maybe you're
person.
talking about Andong Hafemaul, which
There's
is
one
a very
there,
famous
but there's
folk
also
village.
one that's much closer because Andong's a good few hours away. I'll have to check it out. I think it was Ansan. I'm pretty sure. Gwen M gets in touch saying, it reminds me of the Pioneer Village in Searcy, Arkansas, USA, except that it's Korean. Yeah, I'm sure there's no hanoks there, but I'd love to see some photos, Gwen, so do get in touch.
Yeah, and from Stacy, I love the folk village, including Korean traditions that I always wanted on my bucket list. Then you should definitely come here, guys. There were a lot of foreign visitors as well as local people as well.
Oh, nice.
And it's good to know that they also provide audio guide
Oh, in English?
in 5 kinds of language version, actually.
Ooh.
Korean, English, Chinese, and Japanese.
Fantastic.
So,
Yeah, you can get
there you
that there. Adrian says, wait, is this place considered one of the cultural heritages? I think as it's a kind of like living outdoor museum, it's not like a UNESCO heritage or anything like that, but people do consider it as one of our assets, just maybe not
Sure.
officially listed. Steve says, it's so nice to experience the Joseon village life up close. I saw the farmers dance and equestrian show when I visited the folk village 6 years ago. It's a must visit. Yeah, I've heard they sometimes have horse riding shows there as well.
Yeah, and for me, this was my, I guess, third time visiting here.
Oh, okay.
And since our listener visited like 6 years ago, maybe you'd also like to see some newly open like fountains. We call it 바닥분수, like floor fountain, where kids
wow.
can like
Get
play
wet.
around.
Lovely.
And they also have this amusement park facilities, which personally I'm not so fond of.
It's a bit random, isn't it?
Yeah, I would just love them to keep just traditional values. But yeah, it's another good choice.
Yeah, the thing about that theme park, I'm on board with you, but I appreciate the way they did it because it's not in the middle of the park. Like, you can avoid it completely.
Yeah.
Like, you could just walk past the entrance to that theme park area and just ignore it. If you want to go, yeah, it's totally random because there's rides that have nothing to do with tradition. There are some rides there. I say ride, it was like a traditional
riding?
ghost house there
Yeah.
with like old-fashioned Joseon ghosts. That was pretty cool. I didn't go inside because it looked too scary, but it kind of fitted in with the Joseon theme as well.
Yeah, they were having this event at the moment called 귀굴, and I think you're talking about that horror style house.
Oh, nice. In the summertime to kind of cool you down, perhaps. Getting on to our second video, Jen. What are we going to see here?
So in the part 2, I'm going to show you some traditional foods. As always, I think food matters a lot.
Thank
and
you.
they have this lot of kinds of local foods. And it's not in the video, but they also have this traditional setting.
Oh.
Like to give you the feeling that you're actually in those past days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All
with
right.
a wooden chair and all that.
Cool. Let's check it out.
Oh, and before we get into that, though,
You're making your
are
own food.
Other play activities for kids and adults as well.
Like grinding down the rice.
And there you're seeing 2 boys wearing the wig of the traditional female hairstyle in Joseon Dynasty.
Fantastic.
And there you're seeing those agricultural tools that people can try and push
Wow.
it. And I also got the chance to decorate tae, which is Korean traditional mask.
Oh,
That's
well,
not a real tae.
it's like
it's
a
made of
cardboard
paper.
version.
Yeah, but still, it's really fun.
And that's not a
Just be
traditional color
creative.
scheme, but it looks amazing
Right.
for the kiddos
It
as well.
costs like 5,000 won around that.
Okay.
And once you're finished with it, they give you this haepiri, the little musical instrument that makes that
Oh.
bird chirping sound.
I've seen that.
And this is the food that I tried. I love this so much. This is a tofu with kimchi, and these 2 foods go always so perfect together, isn't it? It's
Like
a bit spicy,
Yeah.
but you can have it with seolleongtang, which is a soup, beef soup.
And then some cold noodles, some naengmyeon.
Naengmyeon goes perfect during summer, isn't it?
The whole area where you can eat is nice as well. There's an outdoor bit near a water wheel where there's only like a few tables, but we managed to get one time. Felt like we were time traveling and eating
Yeah.
at the same time. That looked delicious. And for people who don't like tofu, I say try maybe the dubu kimchi, the tofu kimchi dish, because then the kimchi kind of covers all the tofu flavor. It's just the texture that you're getting. And I think a lot of the time the kimchi is like fried, like 볶음 kimchi or something, which makes it,
Right.
like you said, maybe a bit spicier, a bit more concentrated, but it does get addictive as
yeah.
well. So delicious.
And there were people enjoying it with the alcohol, like makgeolli.
Nice. Absolutely. Cool you down as long as you're not driving. In terms of like the technical information here,
Yeah.
what are the opening hours and how much does it cost to get in?
Yeah, so the opening hours at the moment, from May to September, it opens from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Oh, a little bit later. That's good.
And it costs around, for adults, it's 25,000 won, like $22-ish.
Yeah, so it's not like cheap, but at the same time, it's not super expensive considering there's a theme park inside and stuff.
Yeah, when I first saw the fee, the charge, I thought it's a bit pricier
Yeah.
than I expected. But once I looked around, then it all made sense.
It's worth
so
it,
many
right?
things open to you to try things, see
Absolutely,
things.
yes. I
You
think
won't regret.
there are many buses that will take you down there from Seoul to the folk village itself as well, so it's very accessible. And you can also drive down there. There's a big car park and stuff like that. And as you said, for foreigners, there's the language guides that you can take around with you. One of my favorite things there were people like with little carts traveling around, also dressed in traditional attire, selling the yacht, like the kind of taffy, the candy, and like cutting it with the scissors and doing the scissor performance. It was so delicious, that. I loved it so much.
yacht, that, I remember when I was really young, in every town, you can often see yacht sellers.
Right. And then maybe do that performance with the scissors and the music
I don't
and
see
stuff.
those people anymore.
Last time I saw it was on the East Coast near Sokcho. It was just this random guy walking around doing the music and stuff, and everyone was watching and buying his yacht. I'm sure we could do it if we run out of broadcasting work, Jen. Talking all about the Korean folk village down in Yongin. Lots more messages coming in. Steve saying lots of great hands-on educational experiences for the kids with the crafts, the masks, and the wigs as well. I think each year they seem to improve, because I don't remember seeing those wigs there when I went. Must have been early COVID times was the last time I went. They're always adding
I really
something.
like the wigs too.
Yeah, especially with the boys just trying them on freely as well. You got message?
Yeah, from Leon. Let me see. From Stacy. I love the folk village, including Korean traditions that I always wanted on my bucket list. I think I read that one,
You
right?
did. You read it twice because
Hello
it was
again,
so
Stacey.
good.
We have a lot of messages here from Mama Wolf Meg. The food looks so good, but the masks look a tad bit creepy, a little bit creepy.
That tal, which is really famous in the place that Jen mentioned earlier, Andong, they're made of wood like the real ones,
That's
right?
the traditional style, right?
And yeah, I know a lot of Westerners, myself included, because my cousin from Korea, she came to visit and bought us some presents, some tal. They really freaked me out. Like, I was like, are these scary, like, Halloween masks or something? But I think they were meant to be funny and entertaining and things like this.
Yeah, usually the tar kind of have this sarcastic purpose to kind of make fun of 양반들, aristocrats. So for Koreans, like, we don't really find it scary, though. More funny.
Yeah, more just poking fun at it. And that's why the kids were decorating those masks. They were made out of cardboard, but it's just a cultural difference that you might find that creepy or not, right? In fact, Ing has sent in some photos here from Malaysia while we're talking about the tal and whatnot. And this does look like the scene that I saw when I was at the folk village, a traditional wedding. He said, during our study tour, we went to the folk village. It was about 10 years ago. I was really impressed with the effort to preserve and showcase the culture and traditions. Yeah, it's at certain times, I believe, maybe only on the weekends. We were lucky enough to see the traditional wedding. They did like the procession of the groom and then the bride, and they tried to do it very much to how they would do it hundreds of years ago. It was amazing.
That is not a performance. That's a real ceremony happening.
I don't think they officially get married, but they're all like actors pretending like it's real.
See.
It was amazing. I mean, I wonder if you could get married there, like if you could rent it out.
I know, right?
Maybe not. And this is in the kitchen area of a traditional house. That's also really intriguing because you heat the pots up from underneath with the wood. And as far as I'm aware, you can then have that connected to the ondol system, the underfloor heating, right? And some places, I'm not sure if it's in Yongin, they will show you how that works, right, underneath. And then you've got more photos saying, I visited a miniature Thai village in Bangkok as well, with some of the traditional attire being worn, some of the traditional buildings, it looks like, in the background. And you've got some more performances being done, people making fabric as well. Wow.
Wow.
That
gorgeous.
looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Love that green color.
And then outdoor activities. This kind of looks similar to the Yongin Folk Village with a Thai kind of twist. The roofs.
Those tools you can try.
Yeah, and then again, a courtyard where you've got traditional performances going on. Thank you very much for sending that in as well. Yin from Malaysia. Continue to send in your stuff as well. Marilyn from New Zealand saying, I really have to look at what I want to do in Korea next year so I can see all this. Yeah, one trip is never enough. You'll never stay long enough as well. Just try and cram in as much as you can. In terms of the performances and things you can do there, Jen, give us a little bit more information because I feel that those are maybe the highlights.
Oh, yes. So there were like about three music performances alone. And it's not the kind of the music performance that you might think where as an audience you just listen to it, but it's more like I'd say play, 연극, or like a musical. And they also have this comic feature in it as well.
Yeah, a lot of the old performances here had that. Again, like you said, maybe kind of teasing the gentry a little bit as well.
Right. That's the spirit of actually Korean like 풍물놀이, which, it's really about communicating with the audience, telling the stories and sometimes make fun of some characters and laugh together.
Absolutely. When I went there, I filmed something for Arirang TV, and you can find it on YouTube somewhere if you type in Folk Village and maybe Alex Segrist, who I was filming with. It was the summertime, so they have seasonal events each time throughout the year.
Yeah.
And you could catch mikkuraji, the like loach fish. It was alive, and you took off your shoes and socks, put your feet in, and they would swim around your feet. You're cringing a bit.
Village?
Yeah, they had a little pond set
up. I should try that.
And then you could catch them with nets or with your hands.
With your bare hands, wow.
And you had a contest, who could catch the most.
Oh, yeah.
It was really fun.
I think Koreans love that kind of events, catching fishes. In the winter, you go to like 빙어잡이. I think we covered that during the winter.
Yeah, the catching trout with your hands as well. And then the other big one was, I think it was called 수박 서리 or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you had to take a watermelon, steal it from these performers there who were pretending to be, not from the Joseon dynasty, but from like the 70s or the 80s. And they were really good actors. They would stay in character and then you had to run away. And if you weren't caught, they'd give you free like watermelon juice or something like that.
We have some history there, though. 수박 is a traditional Korean fruit. And there used to be like, even now, broad land filled with watermelons, and during summer, people. It's not a good thing to do though, but going to the 양반집s like nobles' place. I think it's another way of kind of having that sarcasm toward the aristocrats
doing
in a fun way.
Performance related to it. But in the past, that's where it comes from, like actually stealing watermelons, perhaps.
Yeah. It's
really
not recommended, of course. No,
do not steal them from anywhere at all. We also have the hashtag sauce today, and I see that you mentioned in the script, Jen, that you can buy like traditional sauces here.
Yeah, so every time I go there, one of the changes that I feel is that we're seeing more and more different kinds of shops. Like you can actually buy stuff, not only the souvenirs, but the local food and sauces.
Oh, that's cool.
Rice, teas.
Oh, like traditional like foods and drinks there. Wow, that's impressive. Because they do have great souvenirs there, like traditional items, like old looking fans and stuff like that. So I'd highly recommend that. Along the hashtag lines, perfect timing from Derek Gunther in the States, I believe, saying these are some of my sauces from my kitchen. I still need to find a good dish for the gochujang, the chili pepper paste there. Yeah, the thing about that, it's more of a paste than a sauce, so I don't think even Koreans dip things in there too often. What are some exceptions? Maybe like ojingo, like the dried squid sometimes people dip in there.
It goes so perfect with that.
Is there anything you dip in that or would recommend? What you think would go well?
Koreans love to dip a lot of things there with the anchovies, dried anchovies.
Just little anchovies?
Yeah. 멸치.
That's along the same lines as the squid, I guess.
Yeah, something that's dried, really. Some fishes.
Can go well with that. That's a good tip.
And of course, it goes perfect with the bibimbap.
If you want to just put it in some rice with
Blended
some
with the veggies.
that'd be perfect. In the background, you've got one of my favorite sauces there, Derek. It was the Nando's peri peri sauce. That's a chicken restaurant, I think originally from South Africa or Portugal, but it's huge in the UK. And that sauce, they have different levels of spice. I see you've gone for hot. You put that on chicken, put it in a burger. Amazing. The best thing ever in the world.
I should go for that.
And you said, I've recently been on a Scotch bonnet kick recently because it's so good, so hot. The drawing of the guy blowing flames out of his mouth is an understatement. Thank you very much for getting in touch with those, Derek.
Thank you.
Next week, Jen, have we got a theme lined up potentially?
So next week, we'll be going to Suwon Hwasong Fortress.
Oh, lovely.
Yay.
I'm going down
That's
to Suwon
part of the
today.
UNESCO Cultural Heritage, by the way.
Yeah, they do have a very impressive restored fortress wall around the old city of Suwon, but looking forward to seeing that. Have a wonderful week, Jen. We do have to pick out a prize winner today for the K-pop lyrics book from Daragwon. And I did notice Leon from Singapore was requesting that, so you can be the winner. Send us your address and phone number.
Congratulations!
Well done indeed.